Greetings, this is Adrienne Wentworth, and I want to talk with you about what I know is happening now for all of you light workers that have been working so hard for such a long time and may be feeling quite frustrated. The reasoning is, at the winter solstice, December 21st, 2012, all of this light came into the planet, and we as a group of very dedicated beings begin to ground that light, and it is finally grounding in. Now, as that light is grounding into the earth, it is breaking up the old form energies. It is causing all kinds of havoc here on earth, and also within us it's causing all kind of havoc. And yet this stage must happen in order for the new seeds that have been planted within humanity and within the earth to come forward, to be able to finally take hold and start to blossom and bear fruit. And I'm saying it in this way to help you understand that we have done the hard work. And even though it looks very dark right now here on our planet, it doesn't mean that great change is not just around the corner for us. But all of you who have worked with Spirit and listened to Spirit for such a long period of time know that the timing with Spirit isn't necessarily what we feel is correct. So in other words, they sometimes say around the corner, and we say, well, how many years is around the corner? But what I have found is that we have been working, first of all, to clear the upper dimensions, to help open up areas that could not be open, that were not opened because of all of the dark holes that have been preventing light from reaching these levels within us and within the earth. And we have worked very diligently, and many of you throughout the world have worked very diligently participating with Spirit, and you're like tired warriors that go, we don't know if we have it in us for one last battle. And yet this is what's being asked of us at this time, to muster up the courage, the faith, the trust, to one last battle, to not give up even though your wounds are maybe really hurting at this time. There is such misinformation that has been spread throughout the planet. And that misinformation is about when December 21st, 2012 hit, everything would be wonderful. And people come to me and say, well, at least I thought I would feel better right now, and I don't feel better. So I guess maybe it was just all something we all bought into, but there was no real truth to it. And please understand that as the light started to reach us in a very real way, as that light started to come in and expand our channels, it's like all of the deep holes within us are finally starting to come forward. Even the deep holes within the earth. Think about light that is now reaching, let's say, the bottom of the ocean. And maybe in the past it started to come in, but it really didn't reach all the different levels within us. And now it is reaching everywhere. And this is why so many of us are not feeling good right now. It isn't just because the flu is prevalent right now. It is because we are doing a serious internal cleansing, and everything that has been locked up, walled off for such a long period of time is breaking up. And as it breaks up, it is releasing toxins that have been stored, within our system for a long period of time, and our immune systems are definitely being compromised. They are like, how do I deal with all of this? This is why for such a long period of time, the channeling has been from spirit, cleanse. Get rid of those toxins, cleanse. And they've been trying to warn us that this time was going to come. And if we hadn't done our work with the cleansing, we were going to suffer at this time. And so understand that this is an extreme cleansing time for all of us and the planet. And so it's like not only is that light coming down and reaching the bottom of the ocean, us being the deep levels of ocean, it is now hitting what I like to call the bedrock, which means that very solidly held energy is being released, is being broken up. Now, as that happens, it's creating just all of this almost like tornado-like energy that it feels like chaos around us. It feels very dark right now. And it isn't just what is releasing out of us, it is also because as the energy comes in and it is activating everything within us, the good and whatever is held in denial that perhaps is not good. As it's activating that, it is also triggering the release of dark force holds that have been waiting for this time. What that means is that the dark energy is also very active, and it's actually focusing on those who are very prepared to bring through the new energies, the new seeds of positive change for all of humanity. And so you're being focused on. And this focus can be very, very exhausting, intimidating, and can make you feel powerless and helpless. And many are falling into this despair right now at the time when they thought that everything was going to magically change. And yet here we are at that point where if we hold strong, if we stay connected in spirit with our consciousness and keep bringing in that light, we will be able to finally dissipate this darkness. Now, this is very important to understand, that the darkness is running rampant right now, what I call dark force energies. We have entered the time where the Bible calls the beast. The beast has been set loose. And that beast is Antichrist energy, but formed Antichrist energy that is focusing on destroying whatever it is that we are trying to create. My purpose as a spiritual teacher and healer this lifetime has been to expose all of the dark force interferences that have kept us feeling separate. And even though it has been a very tedious and difficult journey, there have been many who have chosen to walk this path, to create openings to make it easier for all others. And so what I'm saying is there are many, many methods that have been developed to help you now, to help you release all of the darkness that is holding you back. And I am dedicated to keep searching out and finding better ways, easier ways for you to clear what is needed and realign. I want to leave you today with this thought. You have all tried in the past to manifest with your powerful minds holding strong vision. And yet, because of all of the interference, you haven't seen your visions come into fruition. And now is the time to lock in your visions again. Because not only are we finally making a dent in breaking through the dark force illusion that has held all of humanity in bondage, but also the help that has never been here before at this level is now here. In other words, there are so many beings of light who have been able to come close enough now to the earth plane, who are there to support you. It's important now for you to again reaffirm what it is that you need, what it is that you desire, and not just for self, but for all. Because when we join our consciousness, we are going to be very powerful, and this is what is needed. The greatest secret is that together we can create the changes that are needed. We can do this, but yet we have been so programmed and so beaten down to believe that it isn't possible, and yet this is the time. The preparations have been made, the plans have been laid. This is truly the time for us. Even though you're going to see a lot of chaos, a lot of violence, because dark force energies have implanted in mass consciousness dark seeds, I say, that are also activating. And it is our roles to move above this level of consciousness, to release ourselves from this level of consciousness and start to change that consciousness, not from within, but by rising above. Bless you. I will try to keep messages coming to help you keep growing and holding on at this very strong time, understanding that yes, we are making progress. We are almost there. Do not give up. Namaste.